My father was a Max Fleischer artist, did Popeye and Betty Boop and Superman and Gulliver's Travels and Mr. Bug Goes to Town and you name it. So it was like growing up inside a cartoon, you know. Win Sharples was there. He was sort of my mentor in music. They called Win the East Coast Carl Stalling. Carl Stalling did all the music for Warner Brothers and was more or less the pioneer of using musical instruments as sound effects, you know, instead of traditional sound effects. And so Win Sharples, who wrote the music for Felix the Cat, for Popeye. He scored some of the Popeye. He wrote the theme song for Little Lulu, Casper the Ghost, The Mighty Hercules, which was a series my father did also. He was always there, giving me pointers. I have his vibes. He gave me his vibes. You know, not the instrument, his vibes. No, the instrument. So yeah, good vibes. And so, you know, he actually produced my first record when I was 16, the Dynamic Silvertones. You can find that record on eBay for about 20 cents, ladies and gentlemen. Highest bidder, buy it now. So it was great. And then, of course, I was a studio guitar player and a writer and a arranger and was involved with
Oops, you lost your mic.
Did I lose my mic?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I play with things that are on me.
Sorry?
Oh,
you're playing with stuff, man.
You know, that's why I used to get kicked out of class all the time. 7th grade, seriously. I went to Catholic St. John's Evangelist, and I was going like this on my desk. And Sister Agnes Mary came up and smacked me in the back of the head. And I said, sorry, sister, my guitar teacher told me I'd have days like this. So they moved my desk outside in the hallway. Actually, it was behind the stage, but that's a long story, so I won't get into that. So yeah, so I got into the music business as a musician, played in a lot of bands, and you know, lots of clubs when I was a kid. You know, 6 sets. You know, local 802, and then the Jersey City Union, played Palisades Park. The Cousin Brucey shows. Just did that whole thing. Music was always my life, you know. But the interesting thing, though, is when you're a kid, you know, and you have a big family, and my father had a million siblings, so they had kids, and so when our, you know, Italian-American parties were going, the first thing, education was a very big thing, you know, with immigrant families. So it's, what are you going to do, Donald, when you get big? What are you going to do? So I knew I couldn't say I was going to be a musician. You know, God forbid. My Uncle Dominic was a physicist. My Uncle Tony was a chemist. And my father was a cartoonist, which was like, what are you kidding? You know, but so I used to tell everybody I was going to be an orthodontist. Because then it was easy. It was over. You know, because I tried saying it a couple times. Yeah, I'm going to be a musician. And it was like, what do you mean? What, are you going to play in a band? You know, so for years, I almost talked myself into the fact that I was going to be an orthodontist. But did I say orthodontist before?
Yeah, no, before you.
I did say orthodontist, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because every once in a while I get into these malapropism things. So